So take a second if you can, throw in your favorite sides. My own personal favorite is Brussels sprouts, but I'm kind of curious to see what everyone else's is.
I see 4 votes. Keep them coming.
Oh, yeah. So welcome, because a couple new people hopped in. Always going to keep saying hi, let everyone know. Remember, signing it lets us know like how many people support us, but because we're going to be pushing for a bunch of different cities across the state, it also helps us figure out where you might be able to start going out and talking to a bunch of people, letting them know about ranked choice voting, how it can help, and how much you want it to get passed. Let me just fix this real quick. There we go. It's awesome to have.
I see an entire group of people there. Daniel Hickman has an entire group of people.
Right. We do. There's 4 of us total.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yes. We got excited about starting a little action group for promoting ranked choice voting, and then we found out about you guys, so we decided to join and see what's going on already in Ohio.
Oh, that's perfect.
Welcome.
Where are you calling in from?
Cincinnati.
Nice.
Yes, awesome. We're like right off the University of Cincinnati campus.
Yeah, we'll be excited to hear what kind of plans you guys have. I heard that you'll be deciding what cities you want to have your take your actions in.
Yeah, we've been exploring in cities throughout the state over the past couple of months, and this is the meeting where we are going to be talking about some of the ones that we've already identified, but also how we are still working on identifying cities in other parts of the state. So, welcome. Yeah,
fantastic. Yeah, I'd be interested to find out how you guys work.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Yes, so I think we can also start that, because man, I want to hear what you guys have been doing and how we might be able to help you. But so starting this off, who are we? And who we are is Rank the Vote Ohio. We are a grassroots nonprofit dedicated to the education and implementation of ranked choice voting throughout the entire state of Ohio. One of our big major plans is to do a ballot initiative for the entirety of the state and bring everyone to a new form of voting, one that is better representative for every person that is in the state, letting us all give our actual feelings and throw out our real votes without any sort of hampering or any sort of detriment to voting for either minor parties or to anyone who isn't considered to be the best option. So for those of you who might just be hopping on, what ranked choice voting is a simple upgrade to the way that we vote. So instead of just picking one person, you rank your choices. So first, second, third, so on. If your first choice doesn't win, your vote shifts to your second. Second choice doesn't win, shifts to your third. This way, you get to vote for the person that you actually want, that you really believe in, without fearing that you might be wasting your vote or throwing it away. And so what we want to say to everyone who hasn't heard about ranked choice voting, doesn't that just sound so much better? But what we're doing today is going over a bit of the plans that we've come up with, the things that we want to do, and give all of you the power to help to make this happen where you live. And then we can all come together with solidarity to make it happen for the entirety of the state. So everyone sign in. Like I said before, that lets us know how many people are coming in to make this happen. And it also lets us know where you can go to help to meet up with more people, where you can go with other people who are trying to make it happen in their city too. But what our basic philosophy is, what our basic plan is to get out those first few wins under our belt, show that it is possible to make this change, that people want ranked choice voting. Then we will take our time to make sure that RCV runs perfectly in every single, in each one of those cities, as we then start to grow and amass enough support to bring it to an entire statewide ballot initiative. And so what we are in right now is that first step. We are finding all of the different cities across the state, the ones that are easy, the ones that are horribly partisan, the ones where everyone knows that politics sucks. And our message to them is, we can help make politics suck less. So a few of the cities that we've started off with are Medina, Delaware. And we actually just talked to a few activists from Granville and from Newark too. And Daniel Hickman and a few of his friends are in Cincinnati. So we have a bunch more people who want to make this happen. But I'm going to give this off to Jeff, because he's going to show you how simple it can be, how easy it is to start this process. So Jeff, you want to take it away?
Thanks, Justin. Yeah, so like Justin said, my name is Jeff. I am in the Cleveland area. I'm in Strongsville, and I'm the co-lead for the volunteer mobilization team with Rank the Vote Ohio. And recently I've been focusing on Medina as a key sort of part in our plan to bring RCV to various cities across the state. I've been working closely with Leah, who's also in Medina. And Leah's not on the call at the moment, but she sends her best. So I've been working closely with Leah to get Medina off the ground. Leah's really in touch with a lot of people on the city council there in Medina, and has recognized or has identified of the seven members, she's identified 3 of them that are probably on board to support us. So what we'll need to do in Medina is first have it approved by the city council to head to go onto the ballot for voters to decide in November whether or not they'd like to change their system to ranked choice voting. So the first major step is getting that, is winning over the city council and having them put it on the ballot. So to start that, we've just started this group probably about 10 days ago. Better Ballot Medina is what we've called our group. Name is pending. We're going to vote on potentially a different name once we have the launch party in January. But yeah, we've started just by canvassing and telling people about ranked choice voting. Medina's got a really cute downtown sort of town square. So we started on our first day with ranked choice ballots for people to rank their restaurants, their favorite restaurants in the town square. So that got people really engaged. It's a very local issue. And it was to have a ballot in front of them and show them how easy it was to vote with ranked choice voting was very effective, and they got very excited about it. We had about 10 signups on that first day, and then we went out again last Friday evening for the Light Up Medina event. They had like their Christmas tree lighting in that same town square, and there were hundreds of people there. So it was a great night to get out. And for that, we had a ballot where people could rank their Christmas movies, their favorite Christmas movies in order of preference. So people were really on board with that. They were already in a festive mood. And we just approached them and said, hey, rank your Christmas movies. As they were doing that, we say, so have you heard of ranked choice voting? No? Well, that's what you're doing right now. And sorry, I heard a noise outside. I'm scared of any noises I hear outside. Oh, there it is again. Sorry. So we asked them to rank their Christmas movies in order of preference. And again, they really latched on board with that. They said, well, why don't we vote this way already? well, this is what we're trying to do in Medina. So we had about 25 signups on Friday night. We don't even have a website or a Facebook page yet for Better Ballot Medina. That's coming in the next week or so, we'd hope. And again, we plan to have a launch party in January where we officially launch. We'll have fundraising then. And right now we're building our email list. We're building our list of supporters, people that want to know more about this. And yeah, I think I've covered everything I've needed to cover. But Justin, please tell me if I forgot anything. Thank you.
No, those are exactly it. And as Jeff pointed out, it's all those first simple things. So the first thing that they did was figured out how it was going to get on the ballot in the first place. So Jeff told you he went and figured that out, saw who is the most likely on their side, who is the people who are going to be against them, and then started the next step of working on those couple of people. So it's really simple and it's really easy. We can all do this, and we want to give you the power to make that happen. But Kyle is going to take it away from me and do a little bit more in depth of what we're going to be doing today and how you can make this happen.
So in addition to focusing on the cities we already identified, we are still working to identify more cities where we can do exactly what Jeff described in Medina. And so we will be dividing into 3 groups. One is going to be focused on Central Ohio, including Granville and Delaware, which we've already identified, but also open to more. So if you're interested in participating in the Central Ohio group, please change your name on Zoom. Click on the 3 dots in the top right corner and then click rename and put a 1 in front of your name like I have. And then if you're interested in Northern Ohio, where we're already focusing on Medina, Jeff will be leading that discussion about Medina and other potential cities in Northern Ohio. So you can put a 2 at the beginning of your name. And if you're from Southern Ohio, or another part of the state, then please put a 3 at the beginning of your name, where you will be focused on trying to actually identify which cities to try to pursue ranked choice voting in. And so during this process, you are going to do exactly what Jeff did in Medina by picking leaders of your team on the cities that you want to focus on. And you are going to then be responsible for basically reaching out to the local officials in those cities, both the formal elected officials on the city council, but also the local activists, to figure out if they're familiar with ranked choice voting, if they're willing to support it. And you are not doing this just on your own, because we are here to try to support you with some of the resources that we have. For example, we have been developing political action toolkits where we have, I'm just putting this in the chat now, here's examples of emails that you could send to local decision makers with language that we have developed. It also has a link in it to our full, more general talking points toolkit, so that you can craft your own language about why you personally support RCV, what arguments you think will be most impactful to the audiences that you are talking with, and also the sorts of responses to common questions that we receive. And as you then go forward working in your own cities, please report back to us about the progress that you've made, of the people who you've identified as being supportive or opposed to ranked choice voting, so that we can keep building our list. And even though Justin, Jeff, and I are sort of leading these calls, we want to empower you to be the actual leaders in your localities. And so an important part of this is going to be sharing the contact information for everybody in each of these 3 groups, so that we can keep checking in with each other, help each other out as we have questions along the way. And so what are we looking for when we're trying to identify these cities as we go through this process that Jeff described? We're looking for hyper partisanship. We're looking for places where there's bad divisions that could be bridged by ranked choice voting. We're looking for places where they're either super partisan to one side or the other, where ranked choice voting could actually help sort through differences within those parties. And we're looking for areas where we might have easy wins, where we might know local elected officials who would be predisposed to support ranked choice voting, where they may be able to help pass it through council themselves. We've seen that that has a huge impact in other states where ranked choice voting is taking place. If you can get endorsements from members of city council, from local officials, we just learned from the passage of ranked choice voting in Ann Arbor that made a huge difference for them. So before we split up into these groups, are there any questions for the leadership team here? I'm seeing a lot of 1s and 2s and 3s, so that's good. Looks like we're mostly ready. Bill Davis.
What were the 3 choices for again?
So the first is for Central Ohio, including Granville and Delaware. The second is for Northern Ohio, including Medina. And the third is for the rest of Ohio, for identifying cities that we haven't.
I guess I got that right then. Thanks.
And if you have questions or aren't sure which one you want to go to or confused as to what's happening and want to ask some questions, you can stay in the main room. You can just type main next to your name and Justin will be there to support you in that room.
But so without too much ado, Joe is the person who is setting this up. Joe, whenever you're ready, put everyone into their respective, their particular rooms.
Yep, we're good to go.